Back into episode 112. So in last week's video you saw me push on with the door card and it's almost there. I just need to build those metals of armrest supports that hold it on the door. It's a classic thing on these 928s that the plastic cracks and they hang off and everything, and mine's no exception. My driver's side is especially bad. So what I want to try and tackle in this week is how to make your own metal armrest supports. I don't need to, you can buy them. I know they're about 100 and, I guess with all the shipping and things, about £160, but I figure, why not? I can make it, so I might as well try. So that's what we're going to be doing this week. I'll try not to show the door card too much. You're probably getting bored of the door cards. I've done a lot of work on those. In the background, I've been gluing this one on, which is going pretty good. But let's just dive in there now. It's probably quite a quick video. Please remember, click that like button, click subscribe, leave me some comments. But let's get in there and see how I do it. So today I'm going to start that process of trying to make the supports that go on the back of the armrest. I've got my sheet of aluminium here. This is 1.5mm thick. I may have got too thick because I think a lot of the benders, the breakers, or brake I think it's called, only deal with up to 1.2mm if I want a small one. But I'm going to cut one piece off and we'll see if we can get it done. I've got a friend who's got one, so perhaps we can use his. If not, we'll have to get creative and try and work it out. But for now, let's just cut it off and see how we get on. Right, now we need to just sort of come down. I think you can probably just about see the template that I've drawn out on this. Right, slowly just cut it back down. And that's the shape I need, so it's pretty straightforward. Bit by bit, nibble it away. That's about it then, really. I'd say that's a pretty good match for my template. I don't know if you guys can tell from there, but that's a little bit extra here, but it's kind of, it doesn't matter massively. What I need to do is just give it a little a file around the edges, because there'll be some sharp bits on there. And then we can look at, obviously I've got the drill holes in here, but it's really the bending that I need to worry about. And it bends up across that point there, which, if I can just get it,
So what's exposed there needs to come up at 45 degrees, and then the final bit, the top, very top edge, cuts down and comes back down 45, so it's at right angles again. I'm hoping it's not going to be too bad. That's my hope, but let's just crack on and just see how we do it. I've got the piece of metal cut out. I'm back on the bench with, I've got the metal bender there. I've just held it up and marked out where 2 of the holes are. So what I plan to do is drill those holes through, bolt it onto the armrest, so I can then draw the lines and work out the other holes, but knowing that it's held correctly in place. So let's just bang through here. Exactly quick, is it? Okay, let's go mount that back onto the armrest, and we can just check and position the other holes correctly. Just wrapping up the, tighten up the bolts on those. I've got both armrests here because this one's in a much worse state. This one's actually pretty decent, so I'm going to use the good one on here to build this template, and then I'll actually flip it. I'm going to bend it the opposite of what this requires to get it to fit that side. So that is it, just bolted on loosely. Turn it over, you can see it's not a bad fit. It kind of covers pretty much. What I'm interested in though is getting these bolt holes correct, like that, because I assume bolts still need to go through these and into the door ultimately. And so that's those bolt holes. Now what I want to do is just draw a line to give me the fold points, because this obviously is not flat, it all folds down. Trying to work out how I do that, and I think once I've done that then we'll work out how we fold these edges in, but that's a little bit more complicated. So let's see if I can get, I'm going to try and, basically if I could mark this side and that side and strike a straight line through, I think that'd be good enough to bend across. Yeah, I can do that. I just need a better pen. Right, red should do the trick. Let's have a look. Right, that gives us the first fold. Now what I need to be thinking about is the second fold. How I measure that out. Now I can just measure it with a ruler, of course. It might actually be the better way, because it's going to be down here somewhere that I fold it back. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that. So let's undo these, and I'll measure it. In fact, I could just measure straight up here as well, couldn't I? 23 mil. Right, there are 2 fold lines. I'll just double check them. Using this type of, it's called a brake actually, but bending tool, I've been trying to work out how on earth I'm going to build this, or bend this. So this is my, my template. If I just get it the same way round, right. What I need to do is bend it up and then bend the bottom bit out. I can't do that on a bender like this, because these little bits, the top part, if I bend that out, will then get in the way when I turn it over to bend the next bit. So what I'm going to have to do is basically do this long bend, so bend that up, and then probably in a vise bend these down separately. So that will mean I probably have to just ignore this section in between, whether I cut that off or just leave it on there or whatever, but I need to cut little marks there and there just to allow these ears to bend back down. Alright, let's get it inside the machine and form the first bend. Of course, my test material was bent. I could do one-handed and it was really easy. I was surprised actually how hard this was. but it worked. So let's go try it on the armrest and just make sure we're in the right direction. And then we'll work out how to do the next bit. Right, I've just laid it on there, but that's looking pretty good. Obviously now I'll just fold those ears down there and there. But I think that's going to look pretty good. Looks like it fits. Maybe not the best way of doing it, but definitely a way of doing it is in my vise. So, like that. A little bit more. And we are about in the right ballpark. Now, there we go. You can just see down. Let me make sure you can see what I'm looking at. There. So it comes along this surface, up 45 across, like that. Hopefully that will fit. Let's go try it on. Okay, let's have a look. Now, that looks to me like it fits pretty well. Right, I've marked out the next drill holes I need to do and the next couple of bends. So let's quickly load up the drill. I've marked the bend points. So you can see a line there and the same on the other side where I just bend it. Right, so now I need to just fold these edges down. Obviously I've marked on the wrong side, so I need to just transfer that around to the other side. Nice and easy, and the other end is about a 20-degree bend, as I need to work out exactly how it's going to fit. Right, so this one I need to be more gentle, which I'm going to go do in the vise now, and give about 20 degrees. That's a test fitting of the steel support, aluminium support. You can see it just tucked in the back there. It's not yet secured in. If I can do it one-handed, I'll take it off. You'll be able to see. Right. So I've got this side bent up correctly. That needs to have a hole drilled and sort of straight through there. The bolts, these are the mounting bolts for the whole thing. Now this is the end that I'm still playing with, just working out how to secure it. I'm probably going to come about there, go right angle straight down, and then like that, like a right angle there, and then put a screw that way into the plastic. That to me looks like it probably will hold it, but I want to just double check before I go cutting things. But that's starting to look like it's going to hold it quite nicely. Right, I'm quite happy where I've got that bent now, so you can see it took a few goes. It's a bit sort of mangled there as I've bent it and then flattened it back out, but that's fine. There'll be a screw goes that way, and I'll probably put a bolt or screw down that way as well for double security. Comes across, fits nicely here, nicely fits here. And this bit goes round the back, a little bit of a gap there, but basically a screw will go that way into there. And that'll oppose any pull on the armrest because it's not in the same direction. So it should be that little bit stronger, and it seems to fit really nicely. Okay then, with the holes drilled, it should be just a matter of popping the bolts in. I'm going to go through. Might need a slightly longer one, which luckily I have. Let's have a look. I've done a few test fittings and it seems to be okay, but I just want to double check. Goes in there like that, no problem. Come back there a little bit. Yeah, I think that fits pretty good. I mean, obviously I won't know till I put it on the door, but it all lines up pretty well. I'm pretty happy with that. That's the finished item. If I just rotate it around, you can see what it looks like. That fits on really well. Now I can't
actually tried the door panel on the car because I can't get my doors open because I've got my other car in there and it's all a bit crowded at the moment. And I'm not going to take anything out because it's pouring down with rain. But I'm pretty confident that'll fit quite nicely. It certainly fits well to the armrest. It goes back onto the door card, and it's just then a matter of making sure these holes all line up with what's on the actual door itself. Not going to be a major problem, is it? I can just drill them and move them if they're not. I think they're going to be pretty much spot on anyway. So anyway, hopefully that's useful. It's useful for me because I don't need to buy any more armrest supports. And it's a bit of fun. Always a bit of fun, isn't it? Anyway, so let's leave it there. Thanks as ever for watching. Click the like, click subscribe. Leave me some comments, ask me some questions. There's probably some bonus footage after this bit here because I've started now. I have so much footage going on. I tend to just try and include stuff at the end that I don't have time to, or there isn't enough to form into its own video, so just chuck it at the end so you can have a look at that. And that's it. I'll see you next week.
Just started doing a bit more fiberglass repair on these door cards. This is, if I zoom out, you can see where I am. And it sort of ripped along here, so I've layered it up quite neatly. Well, I think it's quite neatly. So that's not looking too bad on there. And on the other door card, you can see where I've rebuilt this bottom corner. I still need to trim it up neat. It's a bit all over the place here. And I've just repaired in here. There's also a crack there, so I've just sort of repaired that, or put fiberglass on it. And it's kind of weighted in place just until it sets.